pros of traveling during the pandemic. What do you need to know when traveling during the pandemic? And is it even safe? What are my travel recommendations? Well, I've made it to the UK and now back again in the Philippines. I currently live in Manila, but right now I'm staying at my quarantine hotel, as you can see. I'll be here for about 5 days. However, if my test results don't come out on the 5th day, I will have to stay for 6 days. Do check out my room tour in case you need a quarantine hotel to stay in. I've also made a room tour for my previous quarantine hotel, which was at the Seda Makati Hotel. I will link both videos on the description box below. I started my journey last month where I flew from Manila to Doha and Doha to the UK, which is particularly Scotland. The flight from Manila to Doha was incredibly comfortable as I flew with Qatar Airways using business class. If it weren't for my medical condition, I really wouldn't need to fly with business class. But because my spine is basically not normal anymore, I do need to lay down or stretch every 30 minutes or so. What I loved about traveling from Manila is that when you get to the Naiya airport, there are porters there waiting to assist you for such a small fee. I think I paid about 100 Philippine peso, or in US dollars, that's about $2 US. The porters will assist you in getting your luggage and delivering it to the check-in counter of your airlines. When you get to the check-in counter, in my case, I flew with Qatar Airways, they will ask for all the necessary travel requirements. Be sure to check out my video on the travel requirements if you're traveling from Manila to the UK via Qatar Airways. I will also link that video on the description box below. Since I have a medical back condition, I requested to be assisted to the boarding gate. So the moment I arrived to the airport, I asked already help from the porter, or you can also ask help from the check-in counter where you check in your luggages. Filipino hospitality is simply the best, where they even said that they were going to assist me with a wheelchair to the lounge and then fetch me from the lounge to the boarding gate. I went through a lot of x-rays and MRI scans, and these results prove that I need a lifelong maintenance to ease my back pain. So it's really unfortunate. I mean, things are much faster when you have your own legs to walk in, but really from time to time, it sort of is very uncomfortable. So I do need to sit down or stretch and do the usual maintenance. Of course, the customer service of Qatar Airways was nothing short of excellence. They have this dine-on-demand experience where at any time of your flight, you can choose to dine with actual meals and not just snacks like sandwiches. They will prepare the actual dining setup and serve you food of your choice from the menu. Definitely worth a try. Although I'm not vegan, what I love is that they also offer vegan meals. This experience was absolutely incredible because they did lay out the placemat, the silverware. It really did feel like you were dining at a restaurant. I have to say the turbulence is so strong. Look at my chai latte, it actually spilled. I would highly recommend the cheese platter and wine tasting if you aren't already full from all the eating. And I like that it comes with some dragon fruit, and this looks like marmalade. During the flight, I was given a complete wardrobe for that extra comfort. My pajamas were from a London brand, and I actually did see the store when I was shopping over at Edinburgh. So I found the company that makes the pajamas that we use in the Qatar Airlines. It's called the White Company. It's right beside Hackett, but yeah, I've actually never heard of that company before, but yeah, I quite like the pajamas that they make. It just makes walking up to the loo much more comfortable rather than having to wear shoes all the time. This is what the nightwear looks like, including my airline slippers that I absolutely love. So I don't know how stylish or fabulous I look, but this is their pajamas or evening. I feel a bit silly, but it's kind of fun dressing up. So, landing in Doha, I actually had an 8-hour layover. Absolutely not a joke. If you'll be staying here for a long time like I did, I do recommend going to the Al Morjan Lounge. I really do hope that I pronounced that right. I believe that this caters to the first class and business class. I'm not really sure if you can pay extra to get in, but you'll absolutely love the showers here. Of course, it may not be everyone's taste to take a shower in the airport. But in my case, my layover was so long that I really needed a shower before reaching my final destination. So this is quite nice if you want to pop any zits. Just kidding. Eddie was going to fetch me from the airport and I didn't want to stink. I was traveling like for so long. So, gotta freshen up.
The next train of platform 1 will be the 15.
Aside from all the excellent food that they served at the Al Morjan Lounge, there are also several sleeping pods or areas you'll find in this lounge. That's what it looks like. It's a bit sneaky, but as you're exploring this huge lounge, you'll see certain areas where they actually have beds or even couches suited for large families. I made 2 videos about the family room you can find here, and also the area where you can arrange or book a time slot for sleeping. I know these areas tend to get really busy. I received a comment from one of my viewers saying that, yeah, they couldn't get a sleeping pod or a bed, but it was actually the same case for me when I was there. It was really busy. However, you can talk to the person assigned to that area and just book a slot and you'll be able to lay down if you want to. The sleeping pods can get very busy, but don't worry because you can reserve a time slot for you. In my case, I was so lucky I was able to get, it seemed like a living room. I had my own couch, the TV was right in front of me, or the screen where you can view your flight details, so you don't have to worry about missing your flight. If you're like me and you love wine and cheese pairing, I do recommend you to advise the flight attendant that you would love to have a cheese platter and wine tasting reserved for you before your plane takes off. Usually this cheese platter is high in demand, so by the time you're wanting it, it's usually all gone. Best to order it in advance based from my experience. Walking around the Hamad Airport in Doha was actually alright. It wasn't so busy, but I did notice more and more people are starting to travel again despite the pandemic. I do recommend taking an airport taxi if you want to skip the crowd or get to your boarding gate really fast. This is absolutely free and you can find them just below the entrance to the Al Morjan Lounge. Now I have my own vehicle. Not bad. I'm really enjoying this Hamad Airport. The service is top notch. Well, this pretty much sums up my experience and all the things that I loved during my journey from Manila to Doha and Doha to the UK. I hope you stick around with me next time and I'll see you soon on my next video. This is Picasso Hotel and myself saying goodbye, and I hope I was able to shed some light on your decision if you're still contemplating if you want to travel or not. I would honestly say that during earlier the pandemic, it was a lot safer just because there were more hesitant travelers, therefore basically the airport was empty. This 2022, it was ridiculously so busy. There wasn't even any social distancing whatsoever when I was boarding the plane. But anyway, having said that, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you soon again on my next video. I hope you stick around and do subscribe. And just, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I love replying to anyone who needs help or information when traveling. Bye again for the second time.